What's up, girl? If you're new to my channel, hi, I'm Paola. What do? I am trying to get into music. I've been singing and songwriting for most of my life, but I have not gotten into music production. I don't know any DAW. I'm working with GarageBand, and I've made one song so far, but this is a journey. I'm going through transformations. I'm going through different songs, and I have another one that I want to show the internet and just kind of share. So if you want to see that, you should stick around. This other song, if you actually have been watching my other videos, this song is better. This song is definitely fucking better than the one that I spent a week on. Realistically though, for some reason, it's like one part of my brain is able to work on the singing and songwriting like in 20 minutes or even 10 minutes if I really tried. And then the other part of my brain that's still trying to wrap its head around all there is with music and scales and honestly everything about it. It's taking a little while. She's a little slow. She's taking her time. But what I have for you so far is just the instruments and the beginning part of the song. Personally, I feel like I should start my songs like this from now on because what I'm learning now is usually you do start with the music and not with the lyrics, even though it's just so freaking innate in me to do that. Like, it just comes to me so much more easily, but whatever. I'm trying to learn. I tried not to get so caught up in like the singing and songwriting in this song, and I tried to really focus on like the instruments that I wanted to make things feel more filled and just having a lot more fun with it and making it upbeat, because I don't want to just make sad music, which I feel like is what I've been doing, but that's not me. That's not the like entire image of who I am, just so you know. But anyways, a little backstory on how I even got inspired to do this song, so don't judge me. Okay, this is a little embarrassing. All right, just imagine I'm at my 9-to-5 job. I'm sitting in my office at my desk, and I'm just, zooming through different stuff that I need to do. And I am listening to music at work. I'm always having my AirPods in, like music and me are like this, okay? So while I'm working, I'm just hitting shuffle on my playlist, completely random on Spotify. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I just hear this song that I have not heard since like childhood. Whenever I first heard it, I was like, this sounds familiar. Where is this from? Duh, it's from freaking Nacho Libre. And I remember whenever Nacho Libre came out, I went on such a big tangent with like the songs that they used in the movie because I thought that they were good. I've listened to the band before and I've done a deep dive on them before, maybe like in middle school or something. So whenever I heard them, I was like, just transported back to not only Nacho Libre, but just that time. And then I also started thinking too, like, this is kind of symbolic in a way of what I'm doing with my life right now, because what I'm doing is a really big change for me. I have never put myself out on the internet like this before. I've never like truly have been seen and put myself up to you to be judged and perceived. So I don't know, but it feels like this is the only way that I can do what I want to do, which is to make music. Whenever I was listening to that song, I just got really inspired because I was like, this is kind of like my journey too. I'm creating my own way. I'm making music and I'm posting about it, and I'm basically kind of relating to Nacho Libre right now. And then I got started. I just like started maybe the first half of the song, and I was writing it down, and I was like, I just hear tons of upbeat music. I immediately went on Splice and I was hearing different guitar samples. I even knew like the beat that I wanted my brother to mimic in GarageBand because he plays drums. And so I don't know, I was just like, this needs to happen. Like, I need to put this into a song. So I'm gonna hop in GarageBand now and I'm gonna show you what I have so far. Okay, so we are in GarageBand now. I don't have more than like 2 minutes and 42 seconds. Wow. And even then, like, I think honestly it's more like 143. So yeah, I need to figure out not only how I'm going to end this, but I don't even want to start on the vocals yet, just because, I mean, these vocals are here just for like just the standard, like what I wrote down and what I imagined myself singing, that's what I recorded. But who knows, maybe I'll edit the ending and it'll sound completely differently. But for me, it just makes more sense whenever I'm making these songs to focus on one thing only. So only focusing on the instruments, or only focusing on the vocals, or only focusing on the singing or songwriting, you know? So I feel like I'm not going to touch the vocals until I have a very firm foundation in my music. So this is what I have so far, and after we listen to it, I'll give you a breakdown, because I did this really cool thing in the beginning that I kind of experimented on and I'm really happy about. So here it is. Because like, yeah, that road in the painting leads to wherever you want to go. Just like so groovy. I mean, okay, I need to put this into perspective for you guys. It's been days since I've opened up this file. It's to give you even more of a perspective, I think it's been a whole week since I've listened to this song, and I'm still very happy about it. Maybe to somebody else's ears, you're hearing mistakes or you're hearing something that needs to be improved on, but at the same time, I think that this is the solid foundation that I've been wanting, that I wish I can make within like 10 minutes, but instead it takes me days and weeks to do. So a little breakdown of everything. Of course, I got my guitar from Splice. As soon as I heard this guitar riff, I think that honestly, that's what sold it for me. It went really well with like my concept. It went really well with what I had in mind for the song. And I knew that my brother would be able to just do like drums that matched the beat of the guitar riff. So I'm just gonna isolate this guitar right now so that we can hear everything. And I feel like I have way more on this file, like on this file, than I have on any other GarageBand file. So this is what the guitar sounds like on its own. And we are in 130 temp C major, 4 out of 4. And then this is what the drums sound like in the beginning. They do change throughout this whole song, and I've added in a different kind of like momentum towards the middle to match this one-shot guitar riff that is this one-shot guitar riff that's right here. So I'll just unmute those and we'll just kind of So this is the drums by itself, but then I added in some more volume to the drums around here. Oh, whoops. Yeah, I think that this is what I've added in, into it. I was experimenting with the Infinity electronic drum kit as well as the Solaris drum kit, but I felt like the Solaris fit with the Detroit Garage kit that's right here, and the Infinity, just for the heck of it, I'll show you what it sounds like and why I didn't choose it. See, it doesn't give what I want, but the Solaris does. Okay, so then, of course, whenever I heard that, I knew that there needed to be some sort of bass added. And at first, whenever I did this bass, I actually had it in a lower octave. I had it in this octave, which I thought sounded good, but whenever my brother played this song in his car, he said that this octave literally blew his speakers. And I mean, they're okay now, but he said that it was very much like too dark. It was disrupting everything and it didn't pass the car test. So now it's at C2. So it's 1 octave higher. And I agree. I think it sounds better like this. So let's just... Okay, and then finally at the beginning now, I feel like this took me a week and a half to just get done, and it's not even finished. But the only trouble that I really had was these fucking vocals. And it's always the vocals for me. It's never like how I'm singing it, it's just how the fuck I'm recording this. I seriously need to take a masterclass in mixing vocals because I think it truly is an art, and it's probably something that every musician should learn. But it's hard to take what you have in your head and put it into something. So just for like a backstory as to what I'm saying in the beginning. So whenever I was creating this song like a week ago, I had come across this short film that is like from the early 2000s, and it's called Manic. If you've ever watched it, that's cool. It's actually free to watch on YouTube. You could just search it up. And it has Zooey Deschanel, and it has also the guy from 500 Days of Summer. I'm so sorry, I can't remember his name. He was also in 10 Things I Hate About You. I love him as an actor, but anyways. So he was in there as well, and there were some other great actors, completely, at their younger stages of acting. But it was a really good movie. However, it does have darker tones of suicidal ideation, drug addiction, anger issues, stuff like that, just to let you know. And they're all struggling, and they're basically all in like a mental institution, as minors. And one of the characters, something that they said really stuck out to me.
What? You think you're the only one who's ever been fucking depressed? Look, this is freedom. See these birds? They're flying away. I mean, look at the color. How can you call it suicidal?
Because he killed himself right after he painted it? You have no idea the kind of color that can come out of depression. All the great artists are fucked up.
Boo fucking who? Look at the birds. Look at the sky. Look at the yellows.
This painting, it has borders. It ends here, 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 and here.
All paintings are like that. So what? You're just saying what you want to see. That's it.
That road is going nowhere.
This whole scene was to just symbolize like what they were going through internally and how they both felt about their lives. One of them felt like they were close to freedom. The other felt like they were seemingly going nowhere, and that their life would amount to nothing. For some reason, whenever I was watching, I just answered him and I said, that road goes wherever you want it to go. Because essentially what that painting does, and what every painting should do, is reflect right back at you. It's to make you see exactly how you see yourself. It's supposed to be a complete mirror to you. So that road, where it goes wherever you want it to go. And that stuck with me for some reason, and I knew exactly why I wanted to include it in the beginning of this song, and it's because this song that I've titled as Greater Things, it's me creating my own road, me creating my own path now into singing and songwriting, and me sticking to it and trying to be accountable for that and trying to grow. And I just felt like it was fitting. So the beginning part, I tried my best with mixing these vocals and also quoting myself. And if I ever turn this into a music video, I can imagine like me at a payphone at some diner, and I'm having a conversation with myself, and then the music video will start. That's what I was imagining whenever I was making this. So here are the vocals with everything. No, because like, yeah, that road in the painting leads to wherever you want to go. Hell yeah. Okay, so this middle part, girl, it's been so long. It's been so freaking long. I can't remember if I have this on or off. That's the thing about working files. You never freaking know what you've muted and what you kept, and every time you listen to it, it just starts to sound the fucking same. Okay, so this middle part, I can't even really describe to you what the hell I did. I mean, okay, I'll tell you this. These one-shot guitar loops I found on Splice. Thank you. Thank you, Splice. It helped me because this is what I was kind of hearing in my head for the transition, and it's exactly the kind of sound that I wanted, and I put over, because this is the original file, and then I put a clean guitar effect, the old time tremolo, on it to kind of give it more vibration, more echo. And then on here, looks like I had a bass. Yeah, looks like the bass kind of changes a little bit for this section. And then the freaking drums, I wanted it to have like some power and really feel like a bass and sort of like a heartbeat, but I didn't want it to sound like George of the Jungle, which is what it kept sounding like, and I hated it. And so I showed it to my brother, and I was like, can you please just not make it sound this way? Like, I know exactly what I want it to sound like. And so this is what he came up with for the drums part. And then I added in these clashes, and then this is where the drums go into a different kit, which is the retro rock kit for both of them layered on top of one another. So then this is the crash scene. And then I felt like in that empty space there needed to be some bass, so that's how it sounds like. Just some extra filler for the song, because keep in mind, I'm gonna be singing during this part as well. I actually did those last beats myself, because I was kind of messing with the MIDI pad in here, and I knew that these three were the sounds. This is the George of the Jungle sound that I was talking about, by the way. But I didn't want it to sound like that, so I somehow was able to create this MIDI pad assortion and put it into a SoCal effect, another layered SoCal, and then I think, yeah, and then I also put it in another effect, and then these two just kind of have a lower, yeah, they have a lower sound to it, and I just wanted to give like the drums that were already there a little bit more gravity whenever it was going into that transition, because everything in the beginning is so light. So maybe I can show y'all the song real quick. Oh, this is the quote that I went off of. The road goes to wherever you want it to lead. Yeah, I haven't even written like the second half of this song. I don't even have like a true chorus, really. I'm just going with whatever feels right. But yeah, I think for next time I'm going to show you guys what I have for this song, but with the edited vocals. Again, I feel like I have to laser focus on those first before working with the music second. And I feel like for this song in particular, I'm gonna need to see how I'm supposed to be layering my vocals, because I don't want it to be so loud, but I also don't want it to be so quiet. And let me know what you thought about the song so far. I really think that I have a very solid foundation for a song now, or at least solid enough of what I can do in GarageBand. Right now, I think that I am just going to focus on just getting songs done, as opposed to like trying to perfect them like for weeks on end and just share it online for people to see. So yeah, stick around and I'll see you for the next update.